Hello, hello. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and this is my Simple Sunday video. Thank you for joining me today. We are in the process of making lidded milk cartons. All right, they're just little milk cartons that we are putting together. I am making 70 of these boxes with my ladies in the card ministry at my church. We are making them for teachers for the fall as a welcome back gift. And so we went through the lid on Tuesday. Today we're going to take a look at the box. Now the box is a 6 by 11/16 square, and it is much easier to score and work with. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. All right. Let me look here. We score on all sides at a 1/2 inch and 2 1/4 inch. So after we get done one way, we'll turn it clockwise and we'll do it again at a 1/2 inch and a 2 1/4 inch. And one more time, we're going to flip it around a 1/2 inch. Oh, and a 2 1/4 inch. And then for the last time, we do a 1/2 inch. Whoops, my thing slid. A 1/2 inch. Once in a while it does that, and I'm not sure why. There we go, 1/2 inch by 2 1/4 inch. And if it happens like that, you really don't have to worry much about it because your papers, your uh, decorations, and the way you fold it and everything pretty much hides those little places where your pen runs off. So you really don't have to worry too much about it. All right. So after you do that, then you have 9 squares in here. All right. And what we're going to do is we are going to cut. Let me get my snips. Here we go. We are going to start on one end. It doesn't matter which end you're looking at. You're going to start at one end and you're going to cut from the first score up to the second, not this one, but the second horizontal line. And you're going to do that on all 3 of those score lines. There are 4 lines actually, not 3. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over so you have the opposite end, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to cut all the way up to that second score line. Okay, and then we will have some miter cutting to do. We are going to fold this back and fold this back. And we are going to miter cut here and here. And then we are going to cut this off. Yeah, gonna cut that off right there. In fact, what I would do, and then what you're going to end up doing is miter cutting right here. So what I would do is after I get all those cut, I would go ahead and cut off the ends right away. That won't get so confusing then. So you cut all the way up and then you go around and you cut off the ends. Come on. There we go. There we go. And then you're going to miter cut those two sides like so. And then what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up folding this center down and you're going to place that in the middle and you're going to put this fold against the 1-inch line in your paper trimmer and you're just going to cut the ends. All right, so I'm going to show you the finished product. When I folded this, I put this line right up against the 1-inch mark and then I cut straight across and that shortened those. Then I miter cutted those to put tabs on the ends of those. Again, I flipped the middle one in, put the fold up against the 1-inch line, and I cut. And then I did a miter cut on the ends of those. So when you're done, your piece will look like this. Okay. All right. Now the first thing we're going to do is we are going to burnish all our lines to make sure that everything folds well. Okay. And then we're going to take that square piece that you had that was cut for us, our number one, and we're going to glue that right in the center. We put that in the middle of, in the center of our box, and it just adds a nice little look to the inside of the box. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take these two ends and we're going to put glue on those. And we're going to fold this up and make sure that they're squared together and we're going to glue those two inside tabs like that. Okay. And then you're going to do the same over here. These squares. Are going to fit with this longer one, and you just have to make sure that everything's squared up so that it makes a nice box. Okay. And then we're going to take these tops, top pieces, and like in the other, in the lid, we're going to, I just want to make sure these didn't move now. We're going to put glue on the inside there and flip it over to secure our box. And you're going to do that on all the ends. And you might have to hold it for a little bit to make sure that it sticks good. Oh, come on. My glue is starting to get low in my bottles because I've been doing a lot of this here. Maybe? Yes, and you just want to secure all those sides. Make sure that they're in there really good. So you'll have a nice solid box. And then you can go through if you find anything that needs a little trimming, you can go ahead and do that. Something here that might be. That's where I found it. Okay. And then that should be the inside of your box, and your lid will fit on top. And there you go. There you have your milk carton. All right. Pretty cool, huh? Now you can put anything you want inside of that as a gift. I believe Julie on the Paper Pixie put in candles. Because these are teacher gifts, we decided to dress ours up just a little bit more. We have these little bees and the saying that says, "For being so awesome." And then inside, we put a 1 ounce jar of honey. And we added a little spoon so that they could dish it out. And we'll probably get some tea to lay out as well so that the teachers can make some tea. All right. So that's how you make the um, lidded milk carton gift box. And I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation this week so that you can see how to do those. Again, all the information, I don't want to steal the thunder from Julie because this was her idea, but you can go to the Paper Pixie and he has all the measurements and everything that you need there that you can put together to make these boxes if you are interested in doing that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. You have a fantastic weekend, what's left of it, and or I should say a good evening of what's left, and then a fantastic week. We will see you again next week, Tuesday, for another episode of Creating Cards with Sherry. Have a good day.